ground I come, chat. Hello, hello, everybody. For this wind down Friday. Hello, hello, howdy, howdy. Oh, boy, chat. How's it be? What is it? 40 streams in a row. Well, look at that. Way to go, Alex. Hell yeah. Thanks for the support, I suppose. Mike's got 30. Sky lost their 8. Well, gosh. Oh, early Gravegram stream. It's not, it's just, I guess it's the early ones. I guess you could call them that. It's way better now that you're streaming. Wait. Oh, the morning is better. I see. I apologize, chat. I'm a little scatterbrained. I think I made the absolute perfect decision to be like, yeah, okay, I need to slow down. I need to take Mondays off from now on because I'm definitely feeling it this morning for fucking sure. You're throwing away books? I see. She got another set of mold books at the library, chat. That's what that means. But, yeah. Probably gonna be a bit of a slower one today, guys, because I am... Will this be a long stream? No. If they're early streams, Enzo, they're short ones. This'll be just a little 3-hour one. I like how my little 3-hour streams are like, you know... Those tend to be what a normal person streams for, but... Grime in his old age needs the long weekend. I don't have a long... I need a day, Mike. I need a day. I don't have a day. I need a recharge day. I work Saturdays. So what Gross complained about this morning? Not a whole lot, honestly. I'm just a little tired. That's it. I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little slower. I had to scramble this morning, chat, to be like, oh, fuck. I need to do some kind of mock-up for what we're gonna do today because I hadn't done one yet. So there's a little bit of me running around doing that. I actually don't have that much to complain about today, honestly. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I do have something to complain about. Never mind, I take it back. Today, right? Just browsing, doing a quick little browser, like a Twitter browse, because that's what I do in the morning, right? Just a little look-see. I saw the fact that they now have carousel images for Twitter, but I'm pretty sure you can still only do 4 images. They just have decided to, instead of having them in the blocks, they have them in the fucking carousel, which is terrible. It's awful for fucking desktop. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why. They can't. They're also now, they've gotten rid of the media gallery view. That's gone now for desktop as well. Now instead, it does the default to videos, and then you have to click the thing to pull it down to photos. I said I've opted out of the Twitch AI thing already, yesterday, so. But, yeah, it's awful. I don't know why they did it. It's a terrible, even just as, like, I don't know what user experience would make that better. I don't know what would make that better, you know? And if you're on Firefox, multi-image posts are all fucked currently. Well, mine are... Fucked how? Because even on Chrome, mine are fucked, so... They just seem kind of screwed across the board, it feels. The images won't show that. Okay, that's even worse. I see. Just a bunch of gray lines. Oh, fucking fun. Why can't we have an option for both video and photo as default? Add a sorting option for just... I don't know! I don't know why they don't have default gallery view, because gallery view was a good decision. That thing was good. I don't know why you would ever want something that isn't gallery view. The part that annoys me most about the Twitter update is that likes are now under history. Neither bookmarks or likes are history. Why is it labeled that way? That's weird. That's weird. Average Twitter L. It's fucking true. I don't know why they make the decisions they make. But there you go. I had that to complain about this morning, chat. But other than that, not really a ton to complain about. I guess there's kind of, I've never seen such brazen, idiotic UI changes. It's horrendous. It's real bad. Like, it has to be kind of, it's one of those things where because they have stockholders, right? They have to change to, change stuff constantly to be like, oh no, look, we're actually improving stuff and therefore our share goes up. That's just kind of how the business is played. But not about that. Only other thing I guess I've got to complain about is just on personal side. It was there yesterday. I didn't talk about it much. It was there the day before. And like the last couple weeks, it a little bit, but it's another big sign that I'm slowly pushing towards a burnout for me that I notice is when I start getting like incredibly frustrating amounts of like self-doubt about things that are incredibly unreasonable for me to be doubtful of, if that makes sense. Like unreasonable kind of looking down on myself. When that shit rears its head, I'm like, oh fuck, here it comes kind of deal. I don't tend to take them to heart because I'm too old for, I'm not like a teenager anymore. I'm way too old for that now. But it is a sign of like, oh god, I need to I need to chill out a little. Weird you never seem like that, to be honest, because here's the thing, QB, like I know it's bullshit, but it's there. And like why would I come on stream and be like, oh guys, I'm just so bad, oh I'm just the worst, like that's no fun. Why would I fucking do that? Cause like it's incredibly unreasonable shit. Intrusive, yeah, I suppose it's like intrusive thoughts, but they're persistent. And they're like, oh, you know, you're not, it's like, you're not creative. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, why would Groist ever be honest? It's not about being honest. I was telling you guys I was working towards fucking burnout. And I mean, honestly, half the time I don't even realize they're there. You know what I mean? Like, it came to me this morning of like, I had the thought of, dude, you are like incredibly uncreative. I don't think you could actually make something cool. And I went, what? Huh? Like, it's like, it like hits you in the face and you go, what? Excuse me? What did I just say to myself? And then my brain goes, oh, I see. It's doing that again. Grum, take 3 months vacation. It's the only way. Why are you gonna keep making fun of me for that, Izzy? Why are you gonna keep throwing that in my face? Come on, man. Yeah, why would Groist ever be honest and then throwing things in my, gee, I wonder why I'd never be honest. I open up about something and you're like, oh yeah, you just need to leave for 3 months, dude. I get those too. They're annoying at best. Well, yeah, it's like, it's just a sign to me that, oh shit, okay. I need to change something in my life because there's a stressor that needs to be fixed. That's all. Hi, Remy. How's it going? The stress is us? No. You're just one of the stresses, you know? You guys are just one of the stresses. And it's less you guys specifically, I guess, and more of streaming in general. Like, generally, actually being here and doing the thing, guys. How to make it stop is more stressful, not gonna lie. Nah. It's just figuring out what you need to do, like finding where that solution is. But, like, actually doing streams, chat, is not the stressful part. Me right now, here, I'm not stressing out about this. It's always the before stuff. It's setting it up. It's being like, okay, I gotta get this ready to do this. It's drawing the plaques. It's getting art prepared for it, you know? It's making sure I do my updates and post on time and stuff like that. That's the stuff that's more stressful. That's the stuff that's like, oh god, I gotta remember to do that. actually turning up, and when I'm in it, we're having fun. We're chilling out. You know? We're having a blast. It's not any of that. But we we do not have a ton of time today. So I will jump us into what I'm thinking about. And I'm sure people don't want to listen to me just whine and complain about oh my life's so hard. I don't know. Anyway, I've been kind of picking away at stuff, chat, but here are where some thoughts are. You ever watch Fillmore? I'm started getting into it. It's silly in a very non-silly way. I did watch Fillmore when I was younger. Yeah. That's the like middle school detective show, right? About are they like hall monitors? I can't remember if that's the joke, is that they're hall monitors. Was it Fillmore and Ingrid? Is that what their names were? Yeah, episode 1 has full-blown Silence of the Lambs parody. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I liked Fillmore. There are definitely some shows back then that I didn't like as much as a kid, but looking back, I'm like, oh no, there's lots of good in there. Fillmore was one. I've grown to appreciate a bit of the Weekenders. A little bit. There's some stuff to appreciate there, I think. But anyway, here's what I've got. A little bit. What I'm starting to kind of put together. Chat, I'm hammering away at the kind of character locket idea. Kind of wondered about if I do different I like the idea of doing different kinds for each character and sort of having fun. Each shape being, instead of them all uniform, they're all a little twisted. Some of them are gravestones, some of them are coffins, and then, you know, that's kind of a fun idea. I think I've found a manufacturer that I could actually get the inserts from as well. One of them has to be an Iron Maiden. Who would I shove into an Iron Maiden? What freak gets put in the pointy box? The Gravekeeper? Fuck. Oh shit. That's a pretty good one. Dibs? Well, you're not going in it. I'm not putting chat in there. That's not how this game is played. But yeah, Iron Maiden would be fun. Like an Egyptian sarcophagus or something, you know? Put us in a boiling cauldron. Anon for chat is the dud pull. Honestly, Lilium, not because she deserves it, but because she's so noodly she could get around all the spikes. I see. Tob is in an urn. Just a little... Oh, come on, where are my little ripples for that? That's the scale guide. Is it these? No. It's this top one. He's just in a little... There you go. Well, my thought mostly comes to it's gotta be very graveyard related, which Iron Maidens aren't so much, but it is a fun concept. Urns fit, I guess. Urns do fit, but these are fun ideas. I do like them. But got all that kind of down. If we're playing loose with the concept of a coffin, how about a carpet? These are all very silly, but I almost think I should stick to gravestones and coffins at the beginning, and then I could expand from there. Urns are very graveyard. But I thought maybe even, like, because again, these aren't pulls. These aren't blind boxes. I'm not doing a blind box thing. I was thinking, like, each of the gravestones could be, like, personalized. They can have like a little thing on them. A mausoleum. Yeah, yeah. The mausoleum's the one the Gravekeeper comes in, you know. But then I've kind of got this going here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the inserts, chat. I'm like, do I want to put just single characters? Do I want to put multiple characters? Do I want them to be like pushing against the walls of it a little bit? Do I want to put little extra things? And I think maybe I can kind of just mix it up with whatever I want, I guess. I only have kind of a corny sketched out right now. Again, chat, I did all of this morning. I had none of this planned prior. I've been fucking scribbling around as quick as I can. But I was thinking if people like these, I could do different varieties, right? So if you wanted one, if I go down here, get rid of this, and I'll just put the. I have little I have a base shape for the coffin one, and then I twist it a little bit for each character because I think that would be fun. But let's say, you know, I could have one that is just a single corny, and then I could have one that follows more along the lines of what Izzy was doing, where there's multiple characters in one and they're all crammed in there. But I do think having them kind of pushing against the edges of their confines is the way to go about it, you know? Are they going to be coffin colored or silly colored? I don't know. I think coffin colored, but like, what was in your brain for silly colored? What, like you get like one that's bright fluorescent green or something? He's got like a like green and yellow and purple. I assume they'll be 3D printed so you can paint them any color in theory. Yeah, the coffins will be printed for sure, so I could paint them whatever I want. But the brain goes to kind of how I do my gravestone colors. Like it would be sort of if I go back to my catacombs. So there'll be like a little more color to them, but it wouldn't be crazy bright fluorescent colors, I guess. I feel like that would almost be tacky. I feel like that'd look cheap, personally. Man, how far down are those things? Fuck. Here, I can just open this one. There we go. Like, yo, they'd be little... There's some color to them, but they'd be different sort of pale, gray, you know, blues and greens and stuff. You say that like it's a bad thing? I don't... Like, what, would you prefer them tacky? Also, see, Emily. Would you prefer them to be tacky as hell? I guess, you know, maybe there'll be two varieties, you know? Actually, I feel like I should put Shade's head down here. Kind of. There he is. There he is, chat. Tacky is honest? Is that to say that I am tacky? It's honest, because you're a tacky motherfucker, dude. Like, come on. Don't try and make anything good. What? Why would you do that? I don't know. Why don't you ask your mirror? You're the one saying it, dude! Come on, man. Come on, man. Cut me some slack. Little. There you go. And again, you're assuming tacky is bad. Isn't tacky, like, definitionally not a good thing? Isn't it? Or am I completely off base with that? Poor taste, cheap, or flashy? I've always known it to mean bad. I mean, that's what I've always known it to mean as well. Think tacky can also look low quality or cheap. Yeah. And I wouldn't want him to look cheap. Eh. Poor taste, cheap, and flashy. I think that defines you perfectly. Alright, man. Okay. I guess. Whatever. You can tell I'm fucking tired today, because I'm just gonna accept the fucking ribs. I'm just gonna be like, okay, sure. Okay, I guess. Whatever. You know what, chat? Maybe it is your guys' fault maybe my self-esteem hit is your guys' fault. Curious. Curious that. Nah. I'm tacky and I'm proud. Say it, Grime. I don't want to be tacky, though. I don't want to be tacky. Hey, I try my best to be nice. Listen, you are one small component of a larger chat, Mike. The good voices are drowned in the overflow of sewage, you know? You dump a water bottle of nice clean spring water into a septic system. Is it really gonna make that much of a difference, you know? It does make a difference. Not very much. Grime, if it's any consolation, if it's any consolation, just ended there. Like, you got cut off, you got ripped away. Well, the thing too is, like, I can't take anything Izzy fucking says in regards to this, like, seriously. Because, like, Izzy has been very kind to me. Like, Izzy's drawn so many things and been such an active member of the community for so long. There's genuinely no way I can look at Izzy being like, you're a piece of shit, you stupid idiot. I just then look at, like, the 17 things of fan art he's made for me and go, curious. It's way too hot to actually joke around right now. I'm gonna enjoy this stream. If it's any consolation, I'm drawing a compromising picture of a clown girl right now. Why would that be a consolation? That's like completely unrelated to anything I do. I never said that. I just said you were flashy. You said I had poor taste, was cheap, and flashy. No. Don't cut it all out. Don't you cut it all out, Izzy. You said I am of poor taste. No, in poor taste? Cheap and flashy? Does that make it better? I'm in poor taste. As an individual, I'm trying to think of like what is in poor taste sort of. You joke about suicide, I think it's apt. Ah, I see. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I was kind of like, what would in poor taste mean as like an individual? Like, as an entire individual, what would in poor taste mean? But if you just mean I speak in poor taste, then yes. I swear too much. Offensive joke? Yeah, okay. No, yeah, when Izzy said that, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll follow. It checks out. Okay. But if I'm cheap as a person, right? Does that mean like I'm like a dollar whore on the side of the road, or does it just mean I'm like frugal? Because it could go either way, you know? Or could it be both? I'm frugal and a very cheap prostitute. Or knowing full well it's a bad joke and doubling down. I mean, I do both those things. You know what, Izzy? You've made your case. You know what, chat? You know what? They made their case. All right, yeah. I'm tacky and I'm proud, I guess. I'm tacky and I'm proud. I'm tacky and I'm proud. Who's my Squidward? How much are my commissions right now? Full body flat color, let's say. 80 USD. Yeah, is that what he calls it? Who's doing that to me right now? Is it Emily? Is Emily like, oh, is that what he calls it? Or is it you, chat? The fuck got back to I'm tacky and I'm proud. Look, we had a whole conversation about how I'm tacky, I guess. I as an individual am simply a tacky being. So what does that say about you, chat, for being here? You know what I mean? Yeah, that works better. Izzy hasn't said anything about the full body price, so I'm like, oh, is that cheap? Because I don't really think that's that cheap. 80 USD is pretty good. That constitutes cheap. I see. Well, I mean, I'm like, is it that cheap? Because people aren't buying it too much, honestly. Economy's rough right now. Because I'm tacky. If you're okay with that, you might just be tacky too. I see. Oh, well. It's alright, chat. It's okay. I can enjoy the weekend is what I'm gonna do. Also, I just kind of started. We might be just doing lots of sketches this stream, chat, as I figure out sort of what I can do for these. So that might be fun. And it's gonna be like my thought process here is like she's shoving Corny down. trying to get herself a little bit more space, you know? Kind of. Maybe even take her and sort of spin her around. I can't have them also chat. Another thing I'm doing, I can't have them pressed up against the actual edge of these designs because they will have a border on them, right? Like a clear border that comes with every single thing you print no matter what. So I don't. They're singing now, chat. Chat becomes a musical for the rest of stream. I see. I have not listened. How even old is Happy as a song at this point? That feels like a newer Weird Al parody. I don't know. Does he still do them? Does Mr. Owl still do his song parodies? I genuinely I don't know. Why is Izzy offended now? What did I do this time? Pretty sure he does. He also just got a collab monster in My Singing Monsters. What? There's a Weird Al monster in My Singing Monsters? What the? Huh. Yes, it plays the accordion. Well, that makes sense. Hello, I joined the stream, fell asleep, and just woke up now. Hi, Desmond. There was an Allosaurus in Scooby-Doo. You can't send links in chat, Sky. I assume that's a link and not just an expletive. Because you should be able to, like, write any expletive you want. It's a thing I have to change at some point, but have simply not had the time to change it. I mean, I figured that's what it was. I figured it was a link to the Weird Al thing. And do like a little grab it all and a little bit. Shade's back there, chat. You gotta believe me. He's really stuffed in there, though. Expletive. Mr. Yankovic has more recent work, at least. Yep. Expletive. 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 Yeah. It isn't an expletive. It isn't an expletive, thank you. I did know that, but mouth don't always work. And by not always, I mean fucking when does it ever, chat? When does it ever work, you know? I'm your dumb streamer, man. Dumb streamer, man. Don't know how to talk. Don't know how to talk good. You love this one? Do you mean the thing I'm drawing? Do you mean the... Do you mean the thing I'm drawing or the fact that I can't speak? Yeah? Yeah. Thank you. Shade's just happy to be here, guys. He's just, like, having a good time. And you... and you can't speak, I see. I know I can't. Guys, I really do. I have many shortcomings. We all know this. I have hours and hours and hours of showcasing of them. At this point. Happy to be involved. Shade's chillin', the chillest of them all. He would be. He absolutely would be. Let's sort of... like... probably that big. There we go. There's another one. Let me put... Trio. I like to put a number beside them, chat, because I'm like, who knows if I revisit this and come up with some different ideas. Got the corny one here. He's a much larger... This thing, the only thing I think about with this, right, chat, is if those little, if the little actual things are only 2 inches, it's a lot of detail to put in a little 2-inch block. That would be my only thought, but it's probably fine. It's probably fine, really. Probably a little bit of me kind of overthinking it. Let's see. Alright, there's another one. Ghosts in there. Let's get like... Well, we got 2 Grim Deeds ones. Maybe let's do a Lilium. I'm just doing them in all this shape for now, but kind of make it maybe very crooked, perhaps. Like that. Something like that, maybe? There we go. Oh. Everybody chill. But what to have her doing in here? So I forgot, would these theoretical little charms be 3D printed or just a little acrylic? You know what? That's a good thing for me to actually just write down on this doc. So I would just do like, here, we'll just do like a little something like this. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Brain, work in perspective. Okay. Do that, and then let's open the door. All right. So, general idea would be you have a you have a 3D printed locket. Little 3D printed locket coffin. And then you would have I don't know if I'll just do a coffin shaped insert. Probably would be the easiest thing. But then there is a put like a little figure on it. There we go. An acrylic insert. It's a little acrylic insert. And then below that, even. All right. Here we're layering. We're making a sandwich here, chat. Okay. Below that, and I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. We have a backing print. So if I go to something like, let me pull up cornies again. If I throw up cornies, right? Corny might be a print and the ghost might be a print, but then behind him there would be like the interior of the coffin kind of drawn. So it's not just against like a flat color 3D print. That's the idea. That's the idea for it. There's kind of a little backing card that gets inserted first, and then a little acrylic thing. I'd have to insert all of these things myself, but there's... I hope that paints a better idea of what I'm doing, I guess. Actual question, what are we making here? Did that answer your question, QB? I guess? Because these would be little lockets. They'd be like little tiny... Little lockety things. It did? There you go. Merch, yeah. I think it would be a fun little thing. It's like a little project. Who fucking knows how viable it is conceptually, but I think it's fun. Probably should have went with just making stickers or buttons first, but this is a really cool idea, so I wanted to give it a go. A little Lilium, maybe. She's holding her book up, maybe. Got her little journal. There. Are we finally getting the casket lockets? Well, we'll see. There's more steps that need to go, but I'm at least throwing down some silly designs for them. So they're closer now than they've ever been before. mean, realistically, you just need a 3D printer. Oh, I need a 3D printer, and I need to buy some acrylic charms online. That would be it. The real killer, chat, is if I'd actually even be able to sell them. Because God knows, I bet people would get murdered on the shipping fees. Think you need resin too? Why would I need resin? Like the glue it or something? Is that what you're talking about, QB? Because like I think the actual, like, so realistically the actual caskets could very easily, resin is a really good material, it is, but resin could very easily like the caskets themselves could really easily be just done with an FDM. Pretty simply. I did buy a standee and a keychain from a US artist, and the shipping was half the price. I mean, that is realistically what it would be for me as well, because there's no way in hell that I can afford to eat a shipping cost, so you guys would have to, you know, pay for shipping. And that's pretty unreasonable for a lot of people, which I understand completely, because a lot of the time it's unreasonable for me. But then there's also the added effect of, hey, I wouldn't be shipping it within the States. It would be international, so it's like, oh fuck. You gotta really want something from me in that case. Shipping prices for customers usually depend on if there's a deal with the post office, and there wouldn't be for me. Like, there's a whole other, like, song and dance for, international shipping now, so. Just how it goes, I'm afraid. Just how it goes. It means I gotta do research. Chat, realistically, it means I just have to do research and figure out what shipping these things would be like, so I would know what I would have to, you know, so I could give people an idea, because I don't want to be like, hey guys, would you buy one of these, without being able to be like, hey, here's what shipping would probably be, because God, that's such a massive decider. Like, if you've ever gone on like an Etsy scroll back in the day or something, and been like, I would like this, puts in cart, sees how much shipping is, oh fuck, oh God. Hey guys, would you pay $5 for these? It's only $30 for shipping. Well, that's the thing. That's just how it goes, man. I don't... That is the unfortunate price of physical goods, is that, hey, you have to pay to get them places. And, like, I can't drop ship them, you know? Things to research. Things to research. But, hey, realistically, I say, quote-unquote, realistically, if shipping is an untenable thing for this, there is always the option of, like, instead just taking them to cons or something, if I can get into some of those. Try and take the con circuit for a fucking, for a spin. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude, and I also don't have the mental fortitude today to fucking know. You know what I mean? Because I've got that, like, what I was talking about earlier. I got that self-doubt brain fog going on, so everything I'm thinking about is like, here's the 1.5 million ways it could go wrong, as opposed to here's the ways it can go right. So that's super fun for me today. Grime at a con? Grime the con artist? Now that would be something. Interesting. I had a few friends do cons. They mostly focus on pop culture stuff with originals. I have a friend who has friends that do cons, and they say that original stuff actually does pretty good at cons, interestingly, which wasn't what I expected, so. It has made me ponder the possibility. IXO. There we go. Oh, I can see that, but you gotta reel them in with some boom anime babes. I mean, yeah. I get it. What's up? Something like that, and then maybe some little hearts in here or something. The bottom's like filling up with turmoil, you know? It's kind of like, oh no. Hers also would be like a wooden. Her coffin would be just like this crusty wood thing. For sure. There we go. We got another one. Just draw a few pictures of Kit in a swimsuit. They'll be eating out of your hand. Just hit the indie fucking animation crowd. He doesn't advertise them much, but Grave has a good few waifuable gals he could use as signposts. I'd buy the shit out of that Lilium charm, by the way. Hell yeah. I would sell Skibidi Pomni stickers if I was at a con. I don't doubt you would, EXO. Oh yeah, it definitely can be good. The ones have a lot of pop culture stuff and sell a few stickers and prints of their OCs. Another focuses more on fan art stuff, but she also draws hot anime babes and does really well with that. I have heard many conflicting things, so I'm just kind of like, you know, it's an interesting experiment. It'd be an interesting experiment, is what I will tell myself. Yeah. As with anything you hear from other business success in the art world, it comes down to a huge, your mileage may vary warning. Absolutely. Absolutely. Depends on where you're going. There's too many factors involved with it. For sure. But they are interesting things to hear anyway. Look at this kind of. There we go. There's a Lilium one done. Might need a little more poking and prodding, but we're getting there. Needed some fucking warm-up time, chat. Need a little bit of warm-up time. There's a Lynette one to possibly do. Could do a Shade one. Oh, who to do next? Guess we'll figure out a Lynette one. I've got a stupid idea, chat. Kind of feel like Lynette would be very centered in it. To do that one properly, I'd have to probably make her a lot smaller in it, and I don't really want to do that, so we're gonna kind of like a she got a bone, chat. She's nibbling on a bone. That's what she's been in here. I think that's fucking dumb. Random funny thing. Yeah, she ate the previous tenant, exactly. Random funny thing with my one friend that sells at cons. She's gonna meet my sister in person before I get to meet her in person because my sis is going to the con. Ah. There we go. I am lovely today. Thank you, Enzo. What I am today is fucking tired. That's what I truly am. Sleepy. Give her like a little, she got like a little harvesting basket, you know? What's Lynette got there? A bone. She's gnawing on the bone, previous bone. She's in a wizard grave. Put like a wizard hat back here so you know. Magic bones. Actually, hold on. Like, kind of like this. We could put the skull here. She is chewing on the bone for its magic, guys. Come on. that, and then do. Kind of put some more bones back here. Maybe the skull. It's like peeking out from the corner. She's a little small, so I think like I know she's small, right? So it's like, how do I fill the backing of this out more, you know? I guess I could have her. You know what, chat? I know what I can do. I can build her up, push her up, because there we go. She's like standing. She's sort of standing on the corpse, you know? Tuh. That was much more interesting than what I was going to suggest. Well, what were you going to suggest, Jab? Now I'm curious. Just standing on the living stool spirit on auto. It's auto for Ottoman, by the way. Like yeah, OTTO. Auto. Yeah. But there we go. We got a dumb Lynette of her snacking on bones. Issue is currently that she is disproportioned, chat. She is not proportioned correctly. Actually need to make her body smaller. There we go. I think pose-wise, this one could be a little bit better. Did she always like bones? Yes. Realistically, she wouldn't, realistically, she wouldn't just be chowing down on one like this. A, it's gonna take ages, and it's gonna fucking hurt her teeth. Instead, to get to get magic from bones, she does what most wizards and witches do, where they grind them up, and it becomes like, it's like a protein powder, but for magic. Do they taste nice? I mean, if she was just chomping on a bone like this, probably not. But the protein powdery kind of ones, they have like an umami flavor, a very mild umami flavor to them. Are bones an acquired taste, or does her being not quite Cuban give her different sensibilities? It does give her some different sensibilities, but you could acquire a taste for bones. Again, it's a very mild flavor. They don't have like anything incredibly striking. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I guess that's what that tastes like. But everything gets a little bit of umami, you know? It gets a kind of, it's almost like a very mild broth taste is sort of what you get. Yeah, but here's something from way back in 2024 of Da Bones. That's Corny trying the bone stuff. There you go. Then I think I have an actual infograph from it from way earlier than this, but yes, she has always consumed bones. She puts it in her tea to gain more magical power. Roar! Yes! Magic is stored in the bones, fellas. Let me actually go to my archive. I think that's way down. I think that's way down at the bottom. Just let me look. Yeah, there we go. Copy that image. Yeah, way earlier. There you go. Constantly consuming bone meal derived from magical entities. Magic's in your bones. Corny does not like the bone juice. He does it. It tastes weird. You don't really drink you don't drink something that looks like milk and go, ah, yes, this tastes kind of like meat. That's weird. Yeah, it's basically like a this is weird kind of deal. I like this, Lynette. Yeah, so. It looks like she just drinks lots of milk, but no, it's bones. It's bones. It's always, there's always fun things like that with Grim Deeds where I'm like, oh yeah, one of my main cast, they just eat bones. Do bones taste different depending on where they originate from? Not something I've necessarily considered thoroughly, but just off the cuff, immediate, like, I think, yeah, probably. They probably do. I feel like, it might not be much of a flavor difference, but there probably is some. Though, to be fair, chat, the main thing people are going for when they're getting their bones is less of a taste thing and more of how good is this for like boosting my own sort of magic potential. That's kind of more where their mindset is. It's more of a practical thing than purely a taste thing. Lynette is now the second character I know that drinks bones. Who's the first character you know that drinks bones? Specifically drinks them? Interesting. I want to give her a little spooky basket, but my brain doesn't want to tell me how yet, so I'm just going to make it a normal basket full of bones. We got one for Lynette, we got one for Corny, we got one for the little idiot trio. And we got one for Lilium. Maybe I'll try and finish up like a Corny one or something. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, why not? In a Star Trek, there's a creature called Moopsie. It will drink your bones if you're in proximity. I see. Well, there you go. Make a bone basket made out of fresh living wood that it dies? What? What? Huh? The fuck? I'll tell you what, chat. I got a twang in my side. Not a huge fan of that today. Ugh. I'm all tensed up. The Star Trek Moopsie is also a cute creature like Lynette, I'm sure. Basket is made out of wood. Time passes and its bones became bones of the tree. Uh-huh. And it becomes bones of the tree. See. Ugh! I'm just full of whinging today, chat. What is wrong with me? Let us. I need... I have this ruler beside me, chat. I'm gonna do something just for me really quick. I'm gonna make a new window of this, which also I should save this as... There. Just so we have it saved, you know? Okay, so... I want this to be over here, about 2 inches, so I can kind of get a realistic idea of what things would look like. There we go. All right. You guys don't see any of this, but it helps me. Cool. I've got full size, so now I can just look over and see. Hello, devil. What do we got? Imagine a chum one and he's just squashed in there, barely fits. You'd expect him to look angry, but he's just disappointed. That would be pretty good. Does Cornelius think Lynette is drinking milk constantly for a while before learning about the bones? I mean, I suppose he would. I suppose he would. It's your boy, the devil. Oh. His should be shaped like a bucket. Like he's just a big pile of slop in a bucket. Oh, come on. Think kinda wanna hit it with a little bit thicker lines. I think that would look nice. So these may seem really thick to you guys, and it's because they are, realistically. But on a tiny little 2-inch charm, I think they will look quite nice. Thick lines have charm. Let's see. Looking all right so far. There we go. Oh, goodness. Morning. Bro, my partner made me merch of my Dino Girl OC, and I literally cried because I love her so much. Well, there you go. That's fun. I have a little bit of merch of my own stuff. This is, realistically, probably just a fun little exercise for me. I might make some proof of concepts, but I don't know how sales would actually go. But I think it would be neat. I think it would be swell. There we go. I love keychains. Well, here's kind of the idea of this one. Is it's like a little locket, right? That opens up and it's got a little thing in it. I don't know if I came up with the concept or Izzy came up with the concept or I came up with the concept and Izzy just ended up drawing the an initial fucking thing of it. I cannot remember how that came to be, but God, it was a good idea. Little opening caskets. I didn't come up with it, I just drew it. Ah, okay. Pins as well. I literally have a whole apron worth of pins on my wall. They are neat. They are cool. The goal is to make more than just this. This is just, it was such a fun sort of unique concept that I wanted to tackle it first, despite it being the most work. Honestly, love the idea though. I like it too. I think it's fun. A little. This. There we go. I love interactable pins. Like the ones that got dangles or you can spin them. Huh. I've never even seen those. If anything, you could always make these pins or stickers if the charms don't work out. Well, I mean, like, they'll work out. Like, they'll function. I think people would buy them. It's more of, like, okay, here's the thing, Mike. I think people would buy them. The issue is they might not buy them for, then also have to pay for shipping. That is the main thing. I don't think it would be too tough for me to actually get them sold. I think it's more of, oh, hey, getting them to people is the difficult part, you see. I'd love to make merch of my Dino Girl OCs, but I don't know if people would want to buy them. To be fair, I don't know if people will, I don't truly know if people would want to buy these either. Sometimes it's fun to just design them and see where it goes, you know? I'm late, just woke up. How much merch have I designed so far? Well, I've got this kind of bit saying how they'd work, Josh. Kind of putting together how they'd function. And then I've got this corny design. I've got this Lynette design. I've got this one of the Grim Deeds trio designed. And this one of Lilium. So there you go. I've got 4, I guess. Oh, I'd buy them. Well, there you go. There's one. There's one vouch. Again, I think people would buy them. I think it's shipping that's the problem. Make them blind boxes. I don't think people would buy them if they were blind boxes. That's the one thing I don't think would happen. I think people would just want to get their one, you know. I was more talking about if you choose not to do charms, the design would still work for pins and stickers. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm a bit of a psycho though, Mike, where I'm like, I don't want to use the same design for those though. I'd want to make a completely different design for a sticker or a badge or a pin, like a button or a pin, I guess. This is the 5th corny. I want sparkling Lynette. I want her with glitter. But yeah, shipping is hell. Yeah, that is the main thing I had to think about. So. There we go. I need the uber hollow shattered glass corny variant. Yeah, it always costs different prices depending on where it's going. Exactly. International can cost like 20 bucks, and I'm in Canada. I smile. And I'm in Canada. Knowing my luck, if these were blind boxes, I'd buy 6 and pull 5 of the same ones. Yeah. That's why I think blind boxes are a fun concept, but I think the only way to do a blind box is if you have like a massive, just huge fucking audience and probably like an established property. I don't think me just making, oh, little character merch for my stuff that doesn't even exist yet would ever justify being like, ah, here we go, we're blind boxing it. I'm like, don't know about that one. Domestic America for a plush doll is roughly $45, but even that depends. Yeah, that's the thing. I had to look into it. I say because price is determined by weight. Yeah. One of those things where it's like I have to look into it. These are things I have to research. But I can do that after I design, you know? Yeah. I'm saying that like you don't know it, Grime. I guess in case the audience doesn't know. Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I need to research it. Because I don't know exactly what prices would be like shipping from Canada and stuff, and I would want people to know that before I was like, hey, you can buy these things for this much. And people would be like, if I was to be like, oh, hey, would you guys like to buy one of these like little locket things if I made them, right? I was like, oh, would you guys like to buy that? Here's what their price would be. And I give it a reasonable price. You'd get a lot of people who are willing to be like, oh yeah, for sure, I'd definitely buy that. And then they go to buy it and they see like, oh, hey, the shipping price. And it's like, oh, fuck. Well, I can't buy that now because now I'm paying more for shipping than I am for the actual item. So I'd want people to be informed on that. I've grown to dislike buying boxes and only buy one if I like most, if not any of what's inside. Oh, now I want to design merch, well, hypothetical merch because fun. Blind boxes are only good for TikToks and people with a gambling addiction? Why TikToks specifically? Or is it like people doing TikTok unboxings or something? I'm not making money, but they're drawing my C and they're going to get a physical merch of my art. And it's such an honor because someone is holding my art. Oh, for the merch stuff, I see. Does Lynette liquefy the bones and drink them every time, or does she store them and drink later? It comes in powder, Enzo. It comes in like a powder. I see. So unboxings, okay. Yeah, it's bone meal. It's magic bone meal. Okay, let's actually get rid of this line. Let's see. Got this kind of deal, maybe. All right. Labubu squishies. I think the latest are those dumpling plushies. But you look for rare ones and film your reaction opening it and compare it with friends. I see. It's so it's kind of like a Pokemon card, like opening. I guess that makes sense. I guess those make sense. But yeah, my thing is, I'm not particularly interested in doing that. As fun as playing with gambling addiction is, not entirely my scene. I think the most, I think the closest I've come to actually, thinking about doing something like that is I had, I still have it, actually. I was thinking, if I go to a con, I have this, like... It's like a Walmart Halloween egg. I think it was for, like, making tiny little treat bags during Halloween. But it's all these little, like, plastic eggshells with, like... I think it's ghosts or pumpkins on them. and they're empty, and I was like, oh, 3D printing a little monster and filling each one of them, and then you don't know what's inside, but you pay money to get and like each one has its sort of a unique monster in it, and like taking one of those to a con or something, that seems to be, I think that would be like a fun concept. A lot of work, but a fun concept. I know people that make eggshell powder and put it in smoothies and meals to boost their calcium intake. It's not even gonna... That's sad, Devil, because that's probably not even gonna boost their calcium intake. Because, like, your body's not gonna digest it. I do like how, due to gambling laws, if you buy a case of blind boxes unopened from Japan, you get one of each. There's a Japanese import store at my mall that sells both singles and cases. I see. Imagine gambling over something that doesn't exist yet. Don't look down upon me. I collect Pokemon cards, but I'm not in a desperate search for the hype ultra mega rare cards. I wasn't looking down on people who buy Pokemon cards. That's not a problem. I'd look down on scalpers, I guess, but not like anyone who's just playing the game. I collect Magic cards, dude. Grave, I would fucking love to see you open a dumpling and see you rage at the camera spitting because you didn't get the rare gold glitter dumpling. You got the blue glitter instead. I know it's not what you're saying, but doing that and covering the eggs with plaster, so you have to hatch the eggs would be fun. That would be fun. That would be fun. Magic cards, what a nerd. Hi, Dane. Yeah, hi. Here we go. Now all my fun in this stream is gone. Dane's here to be mean to me the whole time. Yippee. Wahoo. Scalpers are horrible. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue against that. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, you know what, actually, I'm gonna stand up for the little guy. Scalpers, you know, they're doing a service. They're just on that grind, you know? Real talk, these casket merch things look really fun. Well, thank you, Josh. Thank you. I think they would be really fun. And I know exactly how I could make them. Which is kind of also a fun thing. They're like viable. I don't think they're that complicated. The only thing I need to figure out, chat, is kind of like how to make a joint. Like, not how to make a hinge properly. That would be that's the biggest learning curve of this, is how to make a hinge properly. I got hit with the slots ad. It's a sign. It's time to gamble. It's time to gamble. Let's go gambling! You know, I realized something, chat. I'm gonna sit back in my chair for a moment. I realized something. I realized that I have to 3D model the actual caskets. And because I had to 3D model the actual casket, I could literally make a visual mock-up of what one of these would look like so people could know. Now that's a curious thought. Oh, you're gonna make this merch? Parts of it. So how it works, Josh, up here, is the locket itself, to actually make the locket, it would have to be something 3D printed. I think. That's the easiest way to go about it. Finding a coffin casket that I can skew and shape differently, difficult. So what I would do is I would 3D print a locket. I'd get a little backing print to put in it. And then I'd buy an acrylic insert. And that's how I would make them. And I'd layer them all together. And also, Izzy says, I don't think it would be that hard. Little holes and a thin, flat tip nail could do it. I agree. It's just figuring out how to hold it in place a little bit. I do honestly think peeps might buy merch of my mascot because she's a little creature and people love a good little creature. Well, there you go. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to try and find a company to do this. I mean, like, I feel like if I found a company to do it, it would just be more overhead cost for something that I can do pretty simply. So there's there's literally nothing stopping me from making it. I know where I can get the little charms. Only thing I would want to ask the company making the charm for me is if I could get them without a hole punched in them. That would be it. And I don't see why they would say no to that, but who knows? Yeah. But yeah, like, there's genuinely... It's kind of like the point and click concept from yesterday, Josh. These things are shockingly viable for me, and that's scary. Because I could do them. Aside from the time and effort, of course. Yeah, if I can get it printing well, then it won't have much effort in it anyway, so... Hi, Grime. And yes, I'm having a great birthday today so far. I didn't know it was your birthday, but I guess happy birthday, Kyle. Happy birthday, Kyle. I'd honestly love to make a custom keychain for people and add little beads and charms. That'd be fun. Yeah, there's no campaign of please pre-order these or they won't be made. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I get the campaign thing. Campaign thing's like a good thing to build hype and stuff, and people trust Makeship and their quality, I believe. As far as I know. People think about stuff like Makeship or what's the new one, Craftify, and they think they have a good sort of good enough quality for it. But yeah, I would be doing this myself just because it's less fear there. You could make them to order, I'm guessing. I don't know how long it would take to make. I don't know how long they'd take to make either, but I would probably have a stock. My thought process for it is like have a stock for them. Maybe not a big stock, just some, you know, pre-made. Because I'd have to buy the inserts in bulk, but have kind of like a bit of a stock and then be like, well, you know, if people like these, I'll make more. So on and so forth. Just kind of play it by ear a little bit. Figure out how the whole deal works. I have a few Makeship plush. They're good quality. Can confirm. Well, there you go. I obsessively collect monster can tabs and bottle caps. So I'd love if people had have OCs with like their favorite soda or prep beverage and I'd add them on. So what? So you'd give Lynette a little cap from a fucking like a blue Gatorade. Or does it have to be like a standard bottle cap or a monster tab? Let's see, how are we looking here? Like metal cap or metal tab? I see. A little. This. That comes with a tooth or one of those small wrist bones. Just... Is it a real tooth, Dane? Is it like a real human tooth? Or is it a fake human tooth, you know? Is she coming with actual bones? Because I could take a Dremel to a metal cap and make a hole. Ah, I see. Whichever is cheaper to mass produce, I imagine. Ah. There we go. Okay. Look at that. That. There we go. I have to constantly, like, look up at my tiny little reference image just to see if things are looking okay. There we go. Let's see. My friend actually owns real human teeth. Oh, nice. Yippee. Just because an IRL tooth fairy, just become an IRL tooth fairy, go to your local elementary school and offer any kids $1 for one of their teeth. It's a great idea, Izzy. Absolutely. I'll be right down there on the playground. Hey kid, you want to make $1? Give me your teeth. Hand them over. I'm the tooth fairy, you see. That feels like a bad idea. That feels like bad publicity. This thing. Kids lose their teeth all the time. That's your supply. You like... Need to twist them in a little or something. I think it's this line specifically that's fucking with me. Need to... pull them in a little. Legs going up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There. It's funny because baby teeth would be more ethical to obtain by far, but far more horrifying to show up in a product. True. Fucking true. It's only a bad idea if you only offer $1. Inflation's a bitch. You gotta offer at least 5 to get their heads turning. They understand completely the amount of money something is worth. I shudder think about the idea of reaching your hand into a giant bucket, but it's just teeth and you grab a handful like gravel. Ugh. Oh, a bunch of my shiny little stones, chat. My shiny little stones. Knowing kids, they knock out their own teeth for that $1? Nah. I would love Grave Grime to be known as the tooth guy. Just that fella with all the teeth. Also, there's 32 people in here. Where did they all come from? Where did you all come from? And where did you come from? Wait. I fucked it up. Never mind. I should have said, where'd you go? Where you going? God damn it. Fuck. Why are we making Grave Grime a dentist? I don't know. Why aren't we making me a dentist, you know? Cotton Eye Joe reference, or do they not have that in Canada? No, I was making a Cotton Eye Joe reference. I just fucked it up. Well, look at his pearly greens. Only a dentist would have such beautiful chompers. It's true. I still own... Why do you got... What? Devil, why do you own so many teeth? What's going on? Why do you have so many of those? My friend owns teeth, and now I also own teeth. It's like, okay. That's for me to know and for you to find out. I don't want to find out! I think it's because she's the devil. I don't know about that. The devil, associating the devil with teeth, I don't see the connection there. Put them in a little doll of yourself, like Boogie 2988, dude. Better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. Ugh, could you imagine keeping all your baby teeth and then being like, all right, I need dentures now. But luckily, I have the perfect thing for it. These were already in my mouth. Is that what he did? Yes. Does Boogie have a doll of himself that he put his teeth into? Yes. Yes, that's true. Hello, Magnus Cat. A lot of cats. Howdy, howdy. Do you summon a homunculus of yourself? A little homunculus? A little awful homunculus? How am I doing? I'm kind of tired. I'm doing all right overall, I'd say. I'd say I'm doing all right overall. I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a little tired, kind of chilling out on a Friday, but it's okay. Also a Boogie 2988 reference in 2026. Bro fell off so hard. Like me or Boogie? Did I fall off for making the reference or Boogie fell off? Boogie? I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. That generally happens when you fake cancer. Like, I don't know. No one's talking about you, Grave. Rare to see a fall from grace that far and hard. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to think that, hey, maybe what's being conversated on in chat might be about me of my own stream. God for fucking bid, Josh. We're trying to have a conversation, dude. You're not invited. Go back to doing your dumb bullshit. God, get out of here. Draw the damn caskets. Fuck, I'm sorry. It's just like at a real party. I collected my medication on my way home right now. Sorry, your chat is being mean to you. They always do this, Magnus. They're just so cruel and mean and nasty all the time. But it's okay. I'm pretty mean right back. It's a mutual thing we got going on here. There we go. What are you talking about? I'm a sweet baby angel, wouldn't hurt a fly. That's, you know, that feels like classic devil trickery. I don't know. I don't know. You got like a collection of teeth. I feel like I can't believe you on the face of it. You got a lot of factors pushing me away from believing that. That's probably the meanest thing I've ever fucking seen today, Josh. What the fuck? I could see Grave at age 52 crawling on all fours, begging Keemstar to let him back on Lol Cow podcast. What the fuck? What the shit? Dude, that's fucked up. Alright, chat, we found the line. Don't fucking call me Boogie 2988. What the hell? You should change the tag from chronic bane decay to chronic tooth decay. They just start falling out of my fucking head. Never heard of this guy? I mean, it's quite a rabbit hole. It's quite a rabbit hole for sure. I could be your wings of redemption, ooh. But that makes me, I just, dude, I can't. I can't accept being the Boogie. All right? Josh, if you want, you can be Boogie. How about that? It's quite a rabbit hole equals don't bother getting invested. Got it. It's funny, but it's also like, I don't know how much interest you have in watching a man's life go up in flames because he's a piece of shit, you know? That's sort of where the thing is. Kind of depends on how much you want to watch a person torch their own existence. Josh will point a gun at a person near his house, true. Or you can be a Nintendo? Like just the system? Or the company? I don't think I'd want to be Nintendo as a company either, chat. Gotta be real. Bro literally cast Fireball himself, then blamed every wizard around him. Oh my god, chat. I did not have a big breakfast today, and I am feeling the fucking ramifications of my actions. I am hungry. Oh my god. My stomach's doing the thing. It's doing the gurgles. It's feed me. Soon. Soon, don't worry. I'll get you a snack. I hate that I know so much internet culture. Grave does what Nintendo don't. Yeah, you should go eat something, XO. Hungrime, only this time hung is short for hungry. It's true. Gravegrime took a slice of bread and ran out of the house with it dangling in his mouth. I feel like I did do the equivalent of that. I did the equivalent of that where I just ground up a bunch of fruit and yogurt and honey and made like a little smoothie and slurped it down, and that's all I've had. No, I had a granola bar too, I guess. So I kind of did that because I was like, oh shit, I have nothing prepared for this little merch designing stream. I need to get kind of on that, so. I was like, oh fuck. I gotta get to work. Because for whatever fucking reason, chat, I woke up late again. And that's another one of them clear signs of, oh hey, I need to actually take a moment, is when I'm just like inexplicably waking up at bad times because my body's like, you need to fucking sleep. Double whip snap, get to work, slime. Listen, alright, we've had an actual what are you talking about, Magnus Cat? Why not? You can use anyone the second they inhale oxygen. I have no idea what you're talking about. But, like, genuinely, I talked about it yesterday, but it is genuinely like oh hey, that is like one of my clearest signs of I'm going into like burnout, so I need to chill out a little bit. It is like always what happens beforehand. Is I start going to sleep at odd fucking times and waking up at odder ones. You can sue anyone the second they inhale oxygen? Another smug mouse. I'm experiencing burnout currently, but I do need to get my day up and running. Yeah, well, my thing is try and stop it before it happens, you know? Recognize the signs. Take action to prevent. Absolutely not related to anything, but when a meme song is also a genuine bop, it's pretty nice. I was listening to Sugar Sugar by the Archies. Actually just completely unrelated to anything, but hey, I mean, I agree. When a meme song is just also a good song, that's the best ones. But then people are like, you listen to that? And I go, well, yeah, it's a fucking good song. I spent the past 2 hours trying to clean under the bed because the absolute fucker of a cat draws everything under there. I see. That's not... I tried to interpret what you were saying there, but... Don't you want to be Nintendo and sue for inhaling and exhaling oxygen? Not really, no. Legal proceedings aren't a fun thing to go through. They take so fucking long, dude. I would prefer not to. I like my... Like, I hate bureaucracy so much. Like, I loathe having to interact with it at all. I avoid it at every turn. So no, actually. There is nothing more bureaucratic than a courtroom. I'm good. Don't move to Japan then? That's the plan. That's the plan, Rita. Ugh. 99% of the people you meet will hate the music you like. Don't even try to impress with your playlist. Oh no, absolutely not. Cries in foreign paperwork. You've done this to yourself. It's all on you. But no, it's less of trying to impress with a playlist, and it's more of if I'm just playing it haphazardly and someone makes a comment, I just like, thanks, man. Cool, I guess. Doesn't really affect me too much. It's that pause, right? Where you process what someone says and you go, what? Huh? I'm not going back to jail, America. I don't know why Magnus keeps repeating the same thing over and over again when I have answered the question. Yeah, people don't understand when I talk about niche 70s funk bands. I would probably be one of them. But good for you. I couldn't tell because you didn't read it out loud, I see. I did read it out loud, though. Rip my yodeling playlist. You know, normally I'd be like, that's a joke. But I know you well enough to be like, you might have a yodeling playlist. You could. You're kind of like a weirdo like that. You do? Well, there you go! I remembered! An accordion one, too? Based. Be the whole of the cheese. So nothing? The hole in the cheese is nothing, but it allows for airflow. Shoe. Dumb little sneaker on this idiot boy. Have to make sure your cheese is aerodynamic. It's true. Well, you need to make sure it's aerated. Whoa! Whoa! Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Magnus. Hi, hello, I'm on break. How goes it? About the same as it was before. I'm a little sleepy. I've gotten more of these designs done than I was expecting to, so that's pretty cool. I guess for newbies, we got this corny one, which is what I started with. But we also got a Lynette one. And we got the Grimdeeds kids all stuffed in a box together. And then we got a Lilium one. There we go. I figured I'd try and get one sort of finished today. All of them in one is so good. I would need to I need to work it out a little bit more, but I like the concept. Cute, nice. Your sillies are indeed are silly, and I love them. I forgot, how tall is Shade? He is. I don't know if I have his. I don't have his exact height in my mind, but he's sort of like, you can consider him not the same. He's not like the same age as the other kids. You could think of him more of like an older brother kind of scenario, but see, he's like a head taller. He's got some height there. So that's kind of the height difference. And it's not perfect in that drawing, which is something to be addressed, I suppose. But there's also a level of how willing am I to not have things be 100% accurate all of the time to get the feeling across, you know what I mean? He's 5'5" according to the bio and art fight. There we go. Old, outdated art fight bio says he's 5'5", so we'll go with that for now. I tend to work more in relation to other characters, I guess. Mentally in my brain. Oh, I thought he was tall, my mistake. Well, he's like, he'll grow into it. He might be taller now, given that his backstory has changed a bit more again. Like, what his nature has shifted somewhat. Works for me. Just need to know if he would be around, if he would be shorter or taller than Cylon for potential future shenanigans. Everyone threatens me. Everyone comes in here and goes, hey man, here's this completely innocuous question about your character. Don't worry about the reason why. I just wanted these little bit of details, all right? I just wanted a couple of thoughts, you know? You don't have to worry about it. I go, what the? I squint, I go, huh? What? Don't you feel like you guys have done enough to inform me? Oh man, they get thoughts? Occasionally. Sometimes. Need to do more, to be honest? No, you don't. Say, how does Shade feel about wearing bunny suits? Just asking. Like a bunny onesie? Like a onesie? Or like... Because he'd probably wear a onesie. you know not the onesie. Listen, alright? I'm gonna try and keep it, you know, typical Grave Grime stream, 100% wholesome all the time, obviously. Obviously, for sure. But, no. I actually, genuinely, I don't think he would like to wear one. No. Shade doesn't like tight-fitting clothes. That's not his thing. So, if you wanted a reason as well, there it is. He doesn't, he likes baggy, flowy stuff. Pull a 180 and draw them in a bunny suit from the Christmas Story. Gotta say again. Gotta say again. 15. I mean, that's also the bunny suit from the Christmas Story, though. Like, that is the bunny onesie. That is the bunny onesie, though. So that's, you're not even saying something different. That's just exactly what I'm saying. Oh, also, holy shit, was that fucking thunder? Whoa! Oh my god! So chat, my room, currently, I have all my curtains drawn to keep out the heat. Guess I don't fucking need to do that right now. I open up, I look out my big window. Oh my god! The heavens! Did I say shade? I meant Casper. Casper better not be 15. Ah, okay. Well, if it's Casper, then, you know, he'd wear it. You could get him in it. The heavens have opened. The rain has come. My plants will sip. Not even sip. They will drink till their fill today. It's been so long since I've heard of, like, the crash of thunder, chat. That was fun. Gotta keep my eyes on what it looks like in this little charm thing. I love rain. Rain's pretty good. Alright, well I think that's corny scribbled. I'm gonna flat him now. Sketch. Final. I don't garden. Is there a point where there can be too much rain and you have to cover them or something? I'm sure. I feel like it's hard to get there because generally what's gonna happen is the ground's gonna absorb it. You don't really have to worry about covering your plants from the rain. It's more of they can drown if the water sits on the ground too long. Like it becomes too clogged with water for too long of time, then they can drown and die. But we have not had rain in a long time, so I don't really have to worry about that right now. One little thunderstorm isn't gonna kill them. I didn't know that. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, but there is definitely points in time where you gotta worry about that. It also depends on like what kind of soil you have. Like if you have extra clay, like lots of clay content in your soil, you have to worry about a little bit more. Which is why you want well-draining soil, chat. So I realized this should be bigger. I like how it looks over there. I'm full of basic garden knowledge. All right, let's see. Hey, sorry, can I see the whole thing for a second? Like the whole image? Morb? Okay. What's up? What are you looking for? Thank you, just wanted to see it. Okay. You guys have conditioned me to be nervous when anyone asks to like see something, you know? I gotta be like, oh fuck. Did they spot something that I did incorrectly and they're gonna like call me out? Ha! Look at this thing Gravegrime messed up on. What an idiot! I'm back in high school again. What a dumbass. Great job, you interrupted his flow. Take screenshot, draws big mustache and goatee on corny. No! No! You can't do that! Back on Broadway yet again. I know a handful of stuff about gardening because I garden growing up. Do mainly grow produce plants or flowers. I do mostly produce plants because I like getting... Speaking of, I'm like a day or two away, chat, from having a fucking tomato done. A day or two away, it's almost time. I'd just say it outright if that was the case. Well, I thought you might have wanted to check. I literally did that once, only I drew big lips on the character. You erase a line across his leg, by the way. What? What? What line did I erase across his leg? Are you guys just fucking with me? Are we just fucking with me now? Is that what we're doing? Oh. Oh wait, you probably already knew. No, I don't know what I did. I was mainly a flower grower, but I always wanted to grow produce plants. I do produce plants, but when I was younger, my aunt did tons upon tons of flowers, and I helped her with them a lot. So I've kind of done both. I actually need to ask her about fucking. Do I have a favorite plant to grow? I guess tomatoes, because of how fucking stupid easy I'm able to grow them. Like, my tomato plants are immense. They are mighty. And I guess technically I am both a produce plant grower and a flower grower because I grow lots of marigolds. I love growing marigolds and hydrangeas. Well, there you go. Hi, mushroom. Okay, Dane. Thank you, Dane. I don't like being coy, though. Oh, hey, Alyssa, hey. Whoa, glowing eyes? It's Corny's eyes. That's what his eyes always look like, Mushroom. He always got, those are his special eyes. That's how they look. Oh, I guess you probably want to see the, actual locket designs of it. Since when? Since fucking ages. I think since 2024? Maybe 2023? This is Groyce's favorite part of the process. Yeah, his special eyes. Hydrangeas being my favorite because you can grow different colors depending on the acid level of the soil. That's fun. Yeah. This is a corny one. Yeah. I've got kind of how they work up here, how they'll be set, but I've got one for corny. I got one for Lynette. I got one for the 3, Corny, Shade, and Lynette stuffed in one. And I got one for Lilium. There you go. I haven't said it yet, so for the record, real cool idea, Grave Grime. Hope it goes swimmingly. Well, thank you. Thank you, Dane. I again, my biggest thought in terms of like hiccups in the process is purely just down to if people are willing to buy them specifically in regards to like also pay for the shipping that comes with it. You know what I mean? I am now your entertainment while you cook brekkie. Fucking what? Chat, you might lose me. My lights just fucking flickered. You might end up losing me. Fucking. Hi, Alana. I just had to warn people. Is that the work of thunder? Yes, a thunderstorm is currently happening. As soon as that occurred, I immediately saved. Instantaneously, I saved my fucking thing. I was like, nah, not dealing with that. You keep bad-mouthing Zeus for not bringing any rain, and he's not gonna take it lightly. Yeah. Fair enough. I did save, guys! I've saved! I have saved! Please tell me you have a UPS. I don't. I'd like to get one, but I don't have one. Everything is plugged into, a power, like a, wait, sorry. UPS is that what I'm thinking of? Hold on. Is that what I'm thinking about? Uninterrupted power supply. No, yeah, okay. I do not have an uninterrupted power supply. I do not have one of those. However, my computer is plugged into like a power bar that has the safety fuse and stuff. So when my computer turns off, it's not going to like destroy any of my hardware. I have that at least. Let's see. Get one? I would, yeah. Battery backup, for sure. Yeah, it'd be a shame to lose tons of progress due to having too much confidence in your technology. I want to squish Cordy's cheeks now. He's so baby. I also want to Lusk lock it. I'd like to go through them. Oh, and one for Pumpkinhead Girl. Her name is Pumpkinhead. She's real easy to remember. Give that baby a rocket launcher. But use my little brain. This might, you know what? I'll give you one thing. Mushroom, this might be the first time you see me do a fully colored thing of Corny. Like, this might actually be the first time that's happened. Which is interesting. I don't draw on a computer, I draw on my phone with shitty cheap stylus. So I know not of these woes. Computer, I was hit by lightning and given life. Let's go on an adventure, best friend. I feel alive. I really just need my art files, dude. Am I a wizard? I'm a gravekeeper. That might entail wizardry at some point. Corny is short for Cornelius, right? Yes. Yes, Corny's full name is Cornelius Hannah Finch. But no one's gonna call this boy Cornelius. No one's gonna call him that. He doesn't look like a Cornelius. His middle name is Hannah? Yes. Yes. He was named after a person that helped out his mother. When she was kicked out of the house. Basically, Brittany's best friend at the time is named Hannah. And when she was like, when she got pregnant and her parents were like, you're out of here for that kind of deal. She had to crash on someone's couch, and so she crashed on her friend Hannah's, offered the assistance. Like, I guess Hannah and her family offered the assistance for that. What if we call him Corn? You can call him Corn if you want. You can call him Corn if you want. People call him a bunch of different stuff. How old's Corny and who's his dad? Corny is 12 and his dad doesn't fucking matter. His dad don't matter. He doesn't know his dad. What if we call him Corn? What about Corn? You can, if you want. He probably wouldn't care. I mean, like, you can call him Corn Dog. You can call him Cornbread. Whole kinds of stuff. His dad just isn't in the picture. Got it. No. Corny is, well, I guess Corny's a teenage pregnancy, and the dad bailed out very quickly and left. So that's Corny's whole deal. Brittany has had quite a life. She has, but she's good for it. It's fine. It's fine. Things just happen that way, you know? You precious chubby entity of the dead. But not Corn Pop. You hate that idea. Yeah, how dare you? Never call him Corn Pop. Corny's dad, Hannah, sorry, hon. I didn't know you were a crazy person. Walks out window, leaves forever. No, Dane, you're assuming that you're assuming Corny's dad stuck around for even the birth. You're assuming he stuck around even for that. No, he was gone. Calling it that stranger Corny met in the filler episode in season 1. That's gonna be his dad. Wait and see. I'm gonna call him Cornmeal. What's his mom? Hold on, I'll get Brittany. Da da da. I don't even hate this, given we don't know at the time. This is Brittany. This is Corny's mom. Wait, Corny's dad left him? Corny's dad wasn't in the picture. He bailed out. He left Brittany. He didn't, like, Corny was... Brittany went, oh, hey, like, Brittany went, I'm pregnant, and then fucking he bailed. He left. He was out of there. Yeah. Oh god, there's the thunder again, chat. There's the fucking thunder again. Does Cornelius eat corn in a corny way? The corniest. So he at least knew she was pregnant then, which makes it worse. Yes, he left specifically because she was pregnant. Dad, ugly ass baby. Mom, you're the dad. Dad escapes. Again, this is assuming a birth happens. This is a teenage pregnancy situation where she finds out she's pregnant. She goes to the person she slept with. He goes, I'm out of here. That's how it goes. He doesn't, like, Corny's dad has no idea what fucking Corny looks like. I assume the birth happened given Corny's, but that, you're assuming the birth had happened when the dad left, but it was before that. Yeah, she's good. Brittany's a lot of fun. And she will not be, she's not really even a background element of Grimdeeds. She is an active, small but active part of it. Because she knows her son's skills in an abstract sense. Like, she's aware that he sees ghosts. She can't see them, and I guess she doesn't know for sure that Corny can see ghosts. But, you know, he seems pretty confident about it, and weird things happen around him all the time, so she definitely believes him, but she doesn't know for sure. It's one of those kind of things. And then the Grim Reaper happens, and it kind of, like, confirms the whole thing for her, which really takes a weight off of her shoulders, you know? She was 16 when she had him. Poor thing, must have been rough. Yeah, yes, she was 16 when she had him, was disowned by her family, and couch surfed. Worked up from there. They're not like loaded or anything, but they have kind of a bit of a stable income. They have a bit of a stable income now. She's done a whole bunch of jobs. She's made a whole bunch of friends. Corny has many uncles, let's say. Hold on. I need to make ref sheets like that. There's literally so much personality in her ref sheet. You inspire me, Grant. Well, thank you, Devil. I know it's not canon, but the idea that he was a loving partner until he saw baby Corny and left her behind tickles me. He's whistling happily in a train car with a bindle now. Fuck. Nobody listen to me, please. No, that's funny. Should make a scene in the point and click game where he has to deal with a haunted telephone, and the one of the outcomes is just a silly moment where he accidentally calls his mom. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome, Quack! That's so good! I feel so bad for her. She looks like such a sweet baby angel. She's wonderful. Here's some more. I have more fucking Brittany art. There you go. She looks like she's taking care of herself. She is! So how it kind of worked, I have this massive long fucking backstory for Brittany of, like, you know, how Corny came to be, and then how the pregnancy went, you know, getting disowned by her family and kicked out and stuff, and then working her way back up, and actually when Corny is like quite young, actually reconciling with her family, and they're on good terms now by when the story starts. And then fucking, when the story starts, they've kind of reconciled. So Corny knows his grandfather and grandmother and stuff. They visit. There is obviously, like, they've made up for what occurred, you know? But in the middle of that, you know, Brittany has terrible taste in men. She has such terrible fucking taste in men. Because Corny also has a half-sibling. He's got a little half-sister. Let's grab... So there we go. He's got a little half-sister named Hope. Different dad. This dad, probably worse. Alright? Probably worse. So when he got together with Brittany, he was great. He was fine when they first got together, and then he could be abusive. Yeah, so when they got together, he was abusive to Corny. And Brittany didn't know about it for a while. Not in, like, physically, not like actual physical beating or anything, but he put Corny down a lot. Quite a bit. And it got worse when Brittany was pregnant with, Hope. That kind of thing. Is Corny just me? So he was very, like, he put Corny down a lot, and that's why Corny actually has a big issue with people making fun of him, even as jokes. He takes it very poorly, and it's because of this kind of deal, because, you know, he'd be like, oh, I'm just joking, essentially would be this guy's excuse. And then Brittany found out, and Brittany was like, well, you're not doing that to my son, and kicked him out. But this guy didn't go away. That's the problem. This guy didn't go away. He kind of became obsessive and became a stalker. He's a bit of a stalker kind of thing. Quite the adorable art style for a pretty dark and real plot. Well, don't worry. This is all just backstory, Magnus, because that's Grim Deeds for you in a nutshell. There's lots of very real stuff, but it's all in this crazy fantasy sort of environment as well, because he meets the Grim Reaper at some point. Poor baby bro has self-esteem issues, and I assume self-image. Yes, but became a stalker. Brittany had to get, like, a restraining order on him, and, like, it was a pretty scary point in their life. And that's kind of when Brittany ends up reconciling with her family, because she has to turn to someone, and she turns to them. This is also why Corny, some of his uncles, you know, some of the Brittany's friends and stuff, are police officers, because got to know them a bit. But it's also why Corny has a thing called a safety stick. It's just like a lead pipe that Brittany has him carry around sometimes when he's out on his own. Just in case. Corny's little sister, GC, it stands for Good Corny. King of the Hill reference? Not intentionally. Not intentionally one. But, fucking Hope's a lot of fun too. She completely believes that Corny can see ghosts and has become a bit obsessed with seeing one herself at some point. Oh no, I see. Dane's good. Okay, but yeah. So she can't see ghosts like Corny. Corny's very unique in that. No, you probably haven't seen her, Quack. But she can't see ghosts, right? So she's taken to simply just wandering around and asking Corny if there's a ghost there. She just asks, and Corny has to go, nope. And then, no, there's one here, though. That kind of deal. So that's their kind of little dynamic. And then, yeah, there's Brittany. Some more Brittany. Wait, what was that on TV? It was a really crushed version of Eternal Darkness. No, Brittany's great. Oh, this is a little thing too, because one of Corny's sort of hobbies, his big hobby, Corny really likes fixing things. He does lots of fixing. He's quite good with his hands. So now in that point and click adventure game, she has a 10% chance to randomly appear in any room and yells there are ghosts here. Well, only rooms without ghosts in them. That's pretty funny too. I like that, day, and that's silly. Speaking of which, I'm working on my first comic. I'm quite slow, but I'm doing what I can while life is killing me. In my 30s. Welcome to the fucking club, Magnus. Hell yeah. Welcome. Carney's fighting for his life in the second panel. Oh, absolutely. She gives big old bear hugs. She's a rough and tumble fucking country girl. Out of her element, out of the country, you know? Yeah, and here we go. Here's our main character's parents, I guess, just hanging out. The only chiropractor I need. Yeah, this is Corny's mom, and this is Lynette's dad. Potato and Spindle. I like the idea of a running joke where she always asks if there's a ghost where there isn't one, but never seems to ask where there actually is one. Yeah. There you go. That's the thing. That's the stuff I like about Grimdeeds. Grimdeeds has got all this crazy fantasy stuff that's all fun and all cool, but what it's really about, chat, at the end of the day, is these characters, man. About these people. After this monologue, I have to wonder what Lynette's mom is like. I love the dapper gentleman. But I was so ready for you to say it's about family. It's all about family. That would be it's all about family is what I would go for with the Orphanage Monstrum. That one's all about family. With Grimdeeds, there's a lot going on, but it's definitely about people. Also, one of my OCs is a mom, a mediocre mom. Damn. Losing to the fucking great parenthood of Brittany. All my stories are always about the characters. Now, how will I capture that? I'm not sure about. I like him. It's been a while since I've seen his mom and sis, so I needed the reminder. There you go, Dane! I do like them too. It's been a while just since we've done enough Grimdeed stuff. I need to get like some spreads going or something with all the characters and just having some fun there. That's what I think I need to do. 'Cause I do miss drawing them. Wouldn't mind drawing, some of not the ghosts, some of the students that, like Lynette's kind of classmates and stuff from the school. Breakfast is complete now. I go work on my own story. Have fun. No one say it back to Nip. He's leaving us. No one say it back. Yeah, I've been in Fairyland for so long now, I kind of forgot that about ye old Grimdeeds. I too have a single mom. She has twin girls, which had their dad walk out of them. She's an older lady, but she finds herself a younger man who is all for supporting them. Okay, well that's nice. There you go. At least they got someone, Brittany has lots of support, though, because Brittany is very personable. Quack's a real one. Alright, bye-bye, Nip. Go work. Go on now. Get out of here. I look at Nora's family. I smile. I also smile. She's basically the stereotypical 80s fun mom. Huh. I don't know how I would describe Brittany in, like, the most stereotypical term. I think just, like, maybe country girl, but, like, it doesn't really capture the breadth of her as a person. So you're obviously drawing corny right now, but what's the scene? I came here late. Well, I'm doing I'm doing little charm things, right, Quack? So this is just like a little charm idea. He's in his casket and there's a bunch of ghosts. There's a bunch of ghosts. Her name's Harmony. Her children named Melody and Arietta. Which is a musical scale, is it not? Or simply Aria. I'm just looking it up. I'm like, what is it? It is a music thing. That's all I need to know, chat. It's a music thing. Did you do the other ones yet? Or is this the first one? I have drawn up 4 of them, Quack. I've got this one for Lynette, of her munching on a bone. I've done this one of all 3 of them, kind of stuffed in the thing together. And I've done this one for Lilium. So, this is just the first one I'm getting like fully drawn and shit. There we go. I think I like the stuff together one best, but they're all great. Yeah, that one's probably my favorite too. And I was like kind of just drawing it absent-mindedly. As I was talking to chat about shit. But I think the ones of multiple characters will end up being my favorites. Like I think I'd like to do one of Lilium and Chum together as well. Side note, I just adore your OCs. Well, thank you, Devil! Makes me want to draw more lore stuff with my own OCs. Well, you should! What's the fucking point of drawing them, you know? Otherwise, what's the point? Might as well. A character is nothing without a story. At that point, they're just a design. Like, imagine as a mother killing cultists. You see, okay, Magnus, if you're like, imagine as a mother killing cultists at work with your buddies, team up and give you 0. Like, I'm just like, I feel like I gotta put my shoes into the cult killer before I even bother to go with the mother one. I always start, whoa! Now picture this, chat. You're a mom, and you're killing cultists. It's just a funny contrast. Can Chum and Lilium even fit? Well, I would just make them fit in the drawing, obviously. Hey, chat. Yeah, I'm doing the merch stuff. What's the point of drawing them otherwise? Grime, don't rub it in. What are you talking about, Izzy? You draw them. You draw your characters. Chum's gonna have to suck it in. Yeah. Yeah, but I can't write. Boo. Boo! Only way to get better is to fucking try. Listen here, chat. Anyone can write. Alright? Anyone can write. It's just if you can write well, because it's a skill. So it's like anyone can draw. Just not everyone can draw well. It's something you gotta learn. And you only learn it by doing it. I do have the occasional silly guys that I draw just for the sake of drawing. That's fair. They're just like they're a design in my brain. That's how my brain works. And the give 0 fucks about your son. Well, sure, yeah, you gotta be like, okay, mother, cult killer, hate your son. Right now I'm drawing my giant Triceratops lady with her assistant's baby because she doesn't have any of her own. She's stealing them. Chat, she's stealing them. She's taking them away. Anyone can write Chef Gusteau over here. It's true. Well, look. Maybe that fat bastard had a couple of good points, you know? Maybe. Normally I'm on a pretty anti-Gusteau train, you know? But maybe he's got a couple of good points in there. I'm going to make a comment about Imagine writing things, but I shan't, given how Fairywoods had been going for us lately. We're out here perfectly ping-ponging ideas for development. Yeah! I would have thrown you into like a ditch if you had, Emily, because I feel like you're writing more than me lately. I know that's not true. And it's because of my fucking, like, my annoying, like, burnout brain syndrome going on. But it is, it do be how I be feeling. Her assistant willingly lets her steal her baby. Her assistant's like, I don't want this. Gives it away. Someone's gonna give one of Gravegrim's stories a bad review and he's gonna die on the spot. Why do you say that? Oh. Gusto. That's right. Dude, I gotta get to Ratatouille soon, man. I forgot that Gusto died on the spot from a bad review. I did finger quotes when I said that, but no one could see my hands. I find my best writing ideas came when I was able to work with others on fan games. Just having someone willing to listen to your ramble about ideas and then just building off of it. It then just unlocks more ideas for you. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, absolutely. So, it's what I always say, chat. Any kind of art is a collaborative process. Like, nothing you like was made by a single person. And if they are, it is the overwhelming minority of things. Even then, something made by one person probably wasn't made by one person and wasn't because they were getting, like, advice and information from a bunch of other people that they trusted. 100% of the time. Your shit you should be asking your friends their opinions on stuff. You should be like, hey, can you look at this? Can you read this? What do you think? Do you have any ideas? Do not be afraid to ask people about stuff. Fucking, I remember it blew up like a fucking spark in my brain, right? Way back in 2023, I was talking to Emily and I went, I have such terrible time coming up with drawing ideas. I just can't think of anything to draw. And you're having all this trouble thinking of things to write. What if you just draw me sketches and I give you writing ideas? There's no reason we can't just do that for each other. So, like, you know, that was just a thing we did. If I have it, it's probably in my illustrations. Like, I just like to imagine Dane typing right now. That sounds a lot like plagiarism, Gravegrime. Curious. Let me find it. Like, this, I'm not a huge fan of this one, but it's mostly because of my rendering. No, you were typing something different? Weirdly enough, he was eating a big bowl of peanut butter at the time, and she was eating a big bowl of chocolate. Wow, weird. But yeah, this one is actually from a thumb that Emily put together. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's my fault. That's my fault on the coloring. I'm not a huge fan of the coloring of it. Don't think it looks that good, but this is an example of us doing that. Well, I like it, and that's fine. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong. I've got my preferences. Oh, on something more positive, my comic takes place in the early 2000s and is also inspired by cartoons and other media from that era. I feel like that's more I guess it's more positive than negative, so fair enough, Magnus. Finding someone to collab with, though, has been the problem for me lately. Most of the people I usually work with all got married and don't work on art or writing anymore. It happens. It happens. Which is just 2 people, but it's crazy that it happened twice. I love thumbing things, hee hee hoo hoo. We haven't done that in a while, have we, Emily? We have not swapped concepts in a hot minute. Outside of Fairywoods, I suppose. Outside of Fairywoods. Hello, I'm still here. Just work taking me away from things. That's okay. Hi, Enzo. Well, anyways, I'm gonna start my day off with some chores. I may or not jump in Thank you once again for inspiration and letting me. Yeah, well, happy to have you here, Devil. Like collabing, do you? Well, you two can write and draw. I'll have the most important job. I'm the ideas man. Dane, you say that as a meme, but guess what? Ideas are actually, like, they're cheap, but sometimes they're hard to come by. We have not, but it feels like that may just be because all the energy goes into the fairy woods now. True. Hey man, it's been a while. It's me, Ultra. Well, hello. I'm like, Ultra? I don't think I remember Ultra. Your streams have been incredibly enjoyable. Hope you have a great day. Aww. Well, thank you. I suppose in a way that's probably something I need to hear. So I appreciate that. With my annoying burnout self-doubt, definitely appreciate hearing people be like, your stuff's been fun. Thanks. Which I know you all of you definitely did yesterday. So you do not have to do it again. And I acknowledge those efforts. If it helps, I'm the guy who created Gadget, if you remember her. My brain trying to fucking squeak through like, oh, fuck names. Oh, shit. But wait a minute. Wait a fucking second. Blue-haired robot lady? Blue-haired robot lady? I squint. I wonder. Is that Gadget? Gotta find that fucking... Close. Purple. No, that's Vicky. That's someone else. I have no fucking clue. Ultra. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I know who you are. You're the person who commissions Avid all the time. Grime, I must slam you for the memes, but you are great and I enjoy your streams. Well, thank you, Quack. Again, it does help in moments where I've got this whole doubt thing about like, hey, am I even fucking doing something? Am I putting all this effort into something worthwhile? Yeah, no problem, no problem. It's been good talking to people about my stuff, so yeah. Hey, there you go. If you want me to try and think of, thinking of things for your other stories, though. She fucking dots me. I'm like, you really don't have to, Emily. Don't worry about it. Dummy didn't know people enjoyed his streams. Hey, listen. I need constant affirmation, chat, or I forget these things. Chat, do we like the sleepy ghost on Corny's head? Do we like the sleepy spirit on Corny's little head here? I kind of like the sleepy spirit. He won't enable me, chat. I don't want to enable you because you could use that time to make your own stuff, which is cooler. This looks cool. It's like a shirt. It's like a shirt design. Just guessing based off the title. No, it's something. It's this. This is what it is. Blue Star, or I guess Ultra. It is a tiny little little casket locket with a little charm inside. That's what it is. Though doing a shirt design is something I want to do. Now that I think about it, I don't know much about Emily's stuff at all outside the Fairywood. She doesn't fucking talk about it. Post more, Emily. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse you? Well, I'm sorry, Emily. I'm just speaking the truth. I just speak the truth, that's all. I think the funniest thing to know about Emily's stuff is that she also has a story with the initials GD about a little blonde kid who can see ghosts. And a big, scary purple god, as well as an angry little purple. But to be fair, I made that angry little purple for her. That one I added. You two are just the same person. We didn't mean to do this! We didn't mean it! The Whistler? No, not Whistler, actually. I didn't make Whistler. I helped a little bit with figuring out shapes, but I did not create Whistler. That's all Emily. No. I haven't colored him yet. Different wizard, yeah. Let me find. I sent her blonde and my blonde off to war, and I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find that scribble, chat. Let's see, sketches. Coincidences like that are always so funny. Yeah, it's pretty silly. Gonna have to go to Tumblr to find it. Gotta go to my archive. I must be off to the archive, chat. I'll return shortly. Where is it? Where is it? It's here, Scott. Somewhere. How far down do I have to scroll to find this? Doodly-dee. Is it in this one? There we go. I found it. I found it. I found it, chat. Don't worry. I sent them to Iraq, chat! I sent them to Iraq! They're part of the fucking blonde brigade, dude. Oh, I see, but when I made my GD story about the blonde kid who sees ghosts, it's all cease and desist, and that's literally my drawings, just trace, blah, blah, blah. His artwork is being taken care of by top men. Top men. Guys, what should I sculpt? A little orb, a perfect sphere. Oh, it's more of an orangish blonde. It's still blonde. It's still blonde. No, Cornelius, he's too pure. He hasn't seen war. He would not have seen war, no. He's probably seen war movies. Add hope to the picture? But she's not blonde, though. She's not part of the blonde brigade. But it is very funny how it worked out. They're very, very different stories. Glory Days and Grim Deeds, very different. It's just funny those surface level comparisons exist. You finished the orb? Okay. I guess Quack says to make a Lilium, but like you really don't have to make a Lilium. You can make whatever you desire. Which one of those two would do better in war? Oh fuck. I kind of feel like they both sort of... I feel like they both kind of be in the same spot. If we're taking them from the beginnings of their stories, I think they both kind of exist in the same spot. Maybe Nora would do better because I think Dakarabia would be more ruthless about it than Casper. If Grimdeeds and Glory Days went to war, who would win? Fucking Grimdeeds. That one's not even close, unfortunately. Dakarabia is not gonna stand a chance against Casper. It's fucking over. I don't even think Emily's gonna argue with that. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe she'll be like, nuh-uh. Dakarabia could take out Casper easy peasy. You know, maybe there's something I don't know, but I think with all the information I have, if we're power scaling the two, Casper clears. Dakarabia is cool. He's not Casper level cool, correct? It's not even about cool, because I think if you put both Casper and Dakarabia next to each other, Dakarabia is way cooler. But in terms of just raw ability, Casper skyrockets. Casper clears. Easy. A coolness contest is different. We're talking about war. I don't think I've ever heard Decarabia pronounced like that. That's how Emily says I pronounce it, so. Casper works on such a grander scale than Decarabia. It's true. That's sort of the main thing, is Casper, you know, Decarabia has broken the rules of his system and has upturned the world. That's just Tuesday for Casper, you know? Dealing with that's just a fucking Tuesday. And not even like an eventful one. Gravegrime has been exchanging ideas, but secretly making sure his character is stronger in all cases. Well, no, because here's the thing. It depends on character by character, right? I think Nora could beat up Corny. I don't think I have any characters that top Casper power scale wise. There might be a couple. Emily, you might have a little cluster of some that would, but yeah, it's not even like bragging rights. It's just Casper has to be that to exist in the world I put him in. Corny doesn't stand a chance against Nora. Honestly, all that Corny has on his side is that he's bigger. He's bigger and heavier. That's what Corny has on his side against Nora. If we're taking away her sword, if she doesn't get to have the fucking sword to hit people with, and he has a lead pipe. Yeah, but if he gets his safety stick, then Nora gets her sword. So, I still think he loses. A bit of a sideline, but only because I just got a notification about one. But your character hero commissions always seem lame to me, unless it's like a hard gift to make. Yeah, I never really got it, your character here myself. If it works for people, it works for people, I guess. But I prefer doing custom things. Wait, it's a lead pipe? Corny loses? Well, it's more of just a metal pipe, but everyone likes to go with lead pipe. But again, Nora has a sword now. Yo, it's like the cast of Glory Days is a little bit larger than that of Grimdeeds, so pairing characters against each other is kind of silly. If it's Lynette versus Wilbur, Lynette wins. I don't think Wilbur stands a chance. If it's Ferdinand versus Shade, the real interesting question there is, does Ferdinand beat Shade? That's where the actual fight is. I just think Nora is smaller, but she's much more used to physical work and frequently rough houses. Even then, she can probably get one up. No, my thing, Emily, is she will beat Corny for sure, I think. It's just a factor of Corny is probably significantly heavier than Nora is, which is actually a huge advantage in like a fight. It's a shame about the early onset dementia caused by lead poisoning. That Cornelius kid had a lot of promise. Gotta get the GDXGD wiki started. Lard ass. He is, but like you can't. That is like Corny's the kind of kid. Like if he can grab Nora, get her to the ground, and he can just sit on her, he would win. You know, that's sort of how that works. We got to think about in an actual scrap here. That's where we get some Corny victories. But Ferdinand and Shade is the really interesting one. That's where the interesting fight happens, chat. It's essentially a mercenary knight with many years of experience versus a spirit of freedom that can teleport, essentially. Who wins in that scenario? I feel like... Feels like Ferdinand and Shade come down to how quick on the draw Ferdy is. Shade is so much more mobile than him. Yeah, like I don't know how good Shade's gonna get with like his blows. Because he doesn't get like speed multiplication that speed for like people like speedsters typically get, because he's mostly like poofing from place to place. He doesn't get a ton of built-up momentum. Wait, how does his sword count in this? Because, like, Shade doesn't have the equivalent of that. I say he gets his sword because Shade doesn't, like... Shade can teleport. Ferdinand can't do that, so Ferdinand gets his sword. I think we have to give him that. I think we have to concede that for him. They get to use their abilities, you know? So he gets his little blade. I think I can give it to Ferdy. I can give it to Ferdinand. I think. Maybe a bit of a toss-up. Probably the most toss-up of the ones we've got. The next matchup, which I'm sure is super fun for all of you guys to listen to. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun talking about it. Is really funny because it would be Bia versus Edith. The two fire mages, I think. No. I guess Edith's more like smoke. Never took Grom for a power scaler. I find these conversations a lot of fun. I'm just not gonna be annoying about it. For the record, chat, Ferdinand is just a guy. No magic. Literally just a dude. He is just a dude. That is true. He's her token normie. He loves power scaling. Always do it in his chat if you get the chance. Hey, if it's an interesting conversation, I will engage with it, you know? That's how I see it. I think I just gotta get rid of this. I've been trying to make this little ghost work, chat. It's not working. I think I just gotta get rid of him. I think I just gotta kill it. Goodbye. Edith gets proper fire down the line, not at the start, though. Sure, but I think they're also an interesting one. That was someone's eternal soul, Gravegrab. Why the fuck do you think I would care about that, Dane? Why in the world would you think I would care at all about ruining someone's eternal soul? Oh no. I do that every day. Every day chat's about ruining someone's life for old Gravegrab. Fine, just do it by hand. There we go. Let's do... Get corny as snot ghosts. You know how it goes, chat. His little stinky ghosts. Ooh. There we go. Courtney, guys, I can't find all your killers. I've got stuff to do. I've got things I gotta deal with. Actually, a potential thing he has to deal with. Unironically, Dane might actually be something he has to deal with because there is a larger picture at play, so he might actually have to forego helping individual ghosts for that purpose. And it's something he will have to learn to deal with. I smile. Oh, Grimdeeds. I love you and how I decide to go look at fucking weird niche cases of moral issues. Yeah, I don't know. But again, a thing with Grimdeeds, right, is just sort of the, like, there's a lot of morality being tested in Grimdeeds because it's a story about life and it's a story about death, so you gotta, you know, kind of learn about the goods and the bads of that, I suppose. the choices you have to make. Yeah. Fulfillment. Stuff like that. Alright, them having colored lines actually pulls them out away from corny quite a bit. I think the last thing I'm gonna do before I call it, chat, is I'm gonna get his little shirt design down. Pull this in. Yeah, fixed it. Go here. Oh no, it's so small! Which means I'll probably have to draw over it, but so be it. This. Kind of hit it with a mesh transform. Let's see how well I can work with this. Don't do that now. I do love me a good mesh transform, chat. I'm gonna pull it out like this. There we go. Erase the excess. Isn't it weird how a character sometimes doesn't look like a character until they had that one little detail put down? That's how corny feels for little old me. But there we go. We got him. Hey, Grummy, what would the ghosts taste like if you were to eat those ghosts? I feel like sour. I feel like they'd be like sour candy. They got that look. Like a sour candy. Cordy got, wait to order this lineup. Does Butcher go against Warner? That's what I was thinking, Emily. It had to be Warner versus Butcher. But yeah. Alright, chat. I think I'm a little past time, which always seems to happen with these small streams. I'm just used to it at this point. I think that's it for today. We got this done. Well, not done. It still needs to be shaded and stuff like that, but we did a bunch more than I was expecting to do. So yeah. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back Tuesday, probably for more of the mock-up stuff. We're gonna be doing more mock-up things. I wanna do some more of that because it'll be a good time. So yeah, see you guys on Tuesday. Sad I missed a chunk, but happy to have been here. Yeah. All right, everyone. You guys have a good one. I've got, yeah, see you next week. I'm going. Goodbye. It's time to turn to dust now, everyone.